G'day, I'm Patrick Phelps, working for Made in Canterbury. We're down here at Shape NZ to see metal products in all shapes and sizes.
From the big to the not so big, Shape NZ is a sheet metal fabricator, and that involves making a wide range of products. Structural train parts, gaming machines, parking meters and broadband cabinets, to name a few. Most people know a lot of spare change goes into parking machines. Nick Cairns is the business manager at Shape NZ. He says a lot of work goes into them as well.
These are probably one of your most distinguishable products. Do you want to just tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, the GIS parking meter is probably familiar to most people around New Zealand. I know they're based in Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, Dunedin. We manufacture these for our customer ITS, who's based up in Auckland, and we do a lot of the metal work. They supply us with a lot of the internal componentry. We assemble the product, we test it, we pack it, and ship it to whichever destination they require, whether that's Auckland or offshore into the US, and they have been sold into Australia as well. So it's a customer that's a global customer, and this is a product manufactured here in Christchurch.
These parts are the finished products for trains over in Australia. We'll get back to those shortly. All of the company's markets are on one side of the Tasman Sea or the other, but from there, the products are sold further afield.
Most of it's Australia, so between Sydney and Melbourne, and that's across gaming machines, parking meter type products and trains. So, you know, we've obviously got value to the Australian market. The New Zealand market being a lot smaller, and bringing in products ex-China seems to be the route to market now for a lot of New Zealand companies looking to access sheet metal parts.
The products they make supply other New Zealand manufacturers and exporters. He says the key to remaining a competitive option for the Kiwi market is to provide quality. Given they supply other local manufacturers, Shape NZ depends on their prosperity.
And some of the changes in New Zealand manufacturing currently, some of our historical markets here domestically are struggling to compete offshore as well. So obviously that has a flow-on effect to a supplier of those businesses, and that's a fairly important part of what we do as well. So that's causing us a few issues.
The big issue for everyone is the high Kiwi dollar, which makes it hard to compete with their products. Products like these gaming machines.
These are gaming cabinets. They're a slant top cabinet, and we export these to Australia. So pretty much every week or every second week there's a container of cabinets, fabricated cabinets off to Australia.
Yeah. And when you say gaming, what do you mean, like an arcade or poker machine?
Poker machines, generally for our customer sells them to Sky City, to casinos in and around Australia and casinos in the US.
As you can see, there's a lot of work to do around the factory, and with a range of products comes a range of jobs.
Approximately 60 staff work here. We've got a wide range, so we need obviously people with customer-facing ability, people with some design experience. We've got engineers, so the problem-solving component comes into it, which is very heavily. We need CNC operators, turrets and lasers, and right down to factory workers, skilled powder coaters, and skilled assembly staff, along with dispatch and logistics. And of course, we've got the administration and finance component of the business.
With work, there's struggle. One struggle being location.
There's a lot of difficulties for us just due to our location, having to freight a lot of our product offshore, and the lower production run requirements of products here in New Zealand. For a manufacturing business, we really need to access those creating more products, and a lot of our historical customers have moved their operations offshore.
Nonetheless, they remain a force in the market. Clients for these parts, this is the back of a train, regard them among their top suppliers.
On our last review, we were registered in the top 5 suppliers to Bombardier, so we're pretty happy about that when they've got a global supply base. So for a small Christchurch company, it was encouraging to hear what we're doing has some value.
Like the metal parts they fabricate, the company have to be able to remould, reshape and adapt with market forces. Patrick Phelps, CTV News.